Well, a very, very bright good afternoon, everybody, from Tri-Valley Stadium, where this afternoon the Trojans will play as hosts, as guests to the Tri-Valley Bulldogs, who are just approaching the field in their bright red uniforms here at Tri-Valley for the opening of the 1995 football season. It's going to be another good rivalry, I'm sure, here this afternoon as the Trojans try to solve the problems that these Tri-Valley Bulldogs have given them over the past couple of seasons. Tri-Valley with a smallish football team this year. Looks like not a lot of members on the squad, but it doesn't matter. It takes 11 of these guys, and always play the Trojans very tough the last several years. So we're looking for a good start to the 95 season this afternoon right here at Tri-Valley, and we'll be set with the toss of the coin and the opening kickoff coming up. The field conditions here are absolutely excellent in view of the fact that we have not had any rain for probably 3 weeks or more, and this field is in good shape. Over the ball game last night at Williams Valley Field totally dried out, brown grass, no grass, brown dust bowl. Over here it just looks in great shape, and it's amazing. The co-captains are meeting out at the center of the field now for the toss of the coin. Everybody, of course, very anxious to get the season underway. The kids have been practicing for a couple of weeks now, and today it's crunch time as they play for real. And it's a really nice day. The breeze that there is, it's a relatively light breeze blowing from across the field, from the Trojan side of the field to the near side of the field. So that should not influence passing very much at all. We've already played over here in almost gale force winds, but today it's about 72 degrees. It is just beautiful, beautiful day for anything, and for football in particular. So it looks as though the coin has been tossed. Tri-Valley has won the toss, and they have declined until the second half. So they will kick off to the Upper Dauphin Trojans to begin this afternoon's football game. It is a 1 o'clock start here, and we'll be set to go in just one moment. Quarterback out there should be Bobby Pham for the Trojans, and we'll find out. It's either Dunmoyer or forget who the other guy is. Anyway, we'll pick these Tri-Valley Bulldogs up as best we can as we go along with the aid of the public address announcer here. So let's go, let's get set, and let's have a good ball game. Be back with the opening kick in just a moment. John Breyer on the far side of the field, and Otland on the near side of the field for the Trojans as we get set to receive this opening kickoff. And we'll find out who's kicking. It looks like number 40, I think, will be kicking for Tri-Valley. And we're about set to go. I don't remember the Tri-Valley Bulldogs having these bright red uniforms. I guess maybe they did last year. I'm not sure. But the opening kick about ready to get going here now as they break the huddle for that opening kick. It is a decent crowd. I've seen bigger ones over here, and perhaps they're still filing in because it is right at 1 o'clock. Here's the kick. It's going to be flopping around out here and taken by Zielinski at the 15-yard line, and Anthony up over the 20 to the 28-yard line. A good run back that time by Zielinski. Under the circumstances, I guess, kind of got bunched up the middle there. And it is a 1st and 10. UDA now. The Trojans have the ball on their own 28-yard line. 1st and 10 Trojans. In the backfield for the Trojans will be Dean Breyer, along with Zielinski and Altland, I believe they mentioned. So Breyer is the halfback set back there. The other backs are split. In motion over there goes Zielinski over on the right side. Bobby Pham hands it off. Up the middle with it goes Breyer with a good rush out to the 35-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3. A nice hole opened up that time on the right side of that Trojan offensive line. The Trojan line, of course, is very big this year. A lot of weight out there on that UD line. And somebody opened up a nice hole that time. Hens are split out wide on both sides of the field on this 2nd down and 3. Pham this time will hand it off. Breyer again, and this time he dives ahead for nearly the 1st down. Looks like he might be maybe a foot short as he dives to the 37. It'll be, well, about a yard short, actually. They set it back at the 37-yard line. 3rd down and 1. Grau checks into the ball game for the Trojans. He will replace Drew Peterson. Altland sets up in the slot on the far side of the field on his 3rd down and 1. Bobby, a little bit of stumbling on the way back, getting a big rush. Look out, just gets it off, and it is going to be intercepted by Tri-Valley, number 21, racing down the right side here. He's got a couple of people to beat. Bobby Pham has a hold of him and will drag him down at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10, Tri-Valley on the first pass attempt of the afternoon. Bob was getting a big rush that time, and he fired the ball just about the time he was going to get hit, and was picked off over there by that number 21 of the Bulldogs. So again, Tri-Valley now with a big break early in the ball game. It's at the 19-yard line, actually, is where they put it. It'll be 1st and 10, Bulldogs on the Upper Dauphin 19-yard line. 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Handoff is the 44. He's got a couple of yards as he bursts down to about the 15-yard line. Picking up about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Zielinski in there making a stop, among others, for the Trojans. Ball's just shy of the 15 now, as you can see here. 2nd down coming up. This time the QB is going to hand it off to 45 around this side over here, and he could go all the way. He does. Touchdown, Tri-Valley. So in 2 plays, those pesky Tri-Valley Bulldogs have run it in from about 16 yards out that time on a 2nd down and 6. This 45 carries it all the way in there for the first score of the ball game. It is 6-0 Tri-Valley. Extra point try coming up. Tri-Valley will attempt the extra point by way of the kick. So we'll see what kind of a kicker they have here. Placement's down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So it's a 7-0 ball game with 9:17 remaining here in the first quarter. Okay, the Bulldogs set to kick off for their 2nd time here in the first period, following their first touchdown. And Breyer and Altland again back to receive the kick, if he can kick it that far. The wind picking up now, again blowing across the field. And again, the ball's going to be picked up down here by Zielinski. And he makes his way up out over the 30 to the 32 or 3 yard line, where Anthony is going to be stopped. And it will be 1st and 10. The Trojans taking over about where they took over last time, or about, maybe 5 yards better. But anyway, the ball will be on the 33-yard line of UDA, 1st and 10 Trojans. Peterson will flank out on the near side of the field for UDA. On a 1st and 10. Motion coming over this way. Handoff that time again to Breyer, and Breyer dives to the 35-yard line. Gain of about 2 or so on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Sherman flanked out on the far side of the field on this 2nd down and 8. Zielinski in motion over in the far side. Pham back to pass, fires it over there to Zielinski. He's got it. He's got a couple of good yards, got the 1st down, and is thrown out of bounds over there by that number 25 of the little bulldog, or the Bulldogs here. Ball is good, or the carry is good for a 1st down out to the 46-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 UDA. First down of the ball game for the Trojans. Again, using that run and shoot offense, 2 backs lined up in the slot for UD. And Pham again handing it off. Up the middle with it goes Breyer. Breyer for 7 into Bulldog territory at the 48-yard line. A nice gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Ball will be spotted at the 48-yard line of Tri-Valley. So nice run that time by that junior running back there, Dion Breyer. Nice handoff, too. Pham looks sharp. Didn't see him last week at the scrimmage. Minersville, he was ill and couldn't make that game. Here's Pham rushing it ahead for the 1st down. Across the 45 to the 44. It will be a UD first down, second one in a row. Trojans getting a drive going here. First and 10. Ball is at the 44-yard line now of Tri-Valley. So we'll see if the Trojans can wear these Bulldogs down a little bit here now. Motion coming over this way is Altland. And hold everything. We've got a problem with UD, I believe. Illegal procedure against UDA moves the ball back to the 49-yard line. It'll be first and 15. Peterson flanked on the near side this time for UD. Again, motion coming over this way. This is Altland. Pham will hand it off to Breyer, and Breyer dives ahead to the 43-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play. It'll be second down and 9. Good gain that time by Breyer again, picking up 6. But the Trojans needed 15, so it'll be second and 9. Coming over this way is Altland. Going back to pass is Pham. Firing one down the right side. It is complete for a first down to Matthew Sherman, I believe. No, yeah, Matthew Sherman with the catch that time. And good grab that time by Sherman. He was bounced out of bounds immediately, but the ball now down at the 30-yard line of the Tri-Valley Bulldogs. Nice sharp pass that time by Bobby Pham. First and 10, Trojans. Nice catch by that Matthew Sherman. First and 10. Pham this time hands it off. Up the middle with it goes Breyer. And Dion's got a couple of yards there, making about, a long 1 or 2. Not too much on that play. It'll be second down and long 8. Ball now spotted at the Tri-Valley 28. Got 5 minutes and 53 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Tri-Valley on top 7-0. Trojans with their first good march here. Here comes Pham. Looking, getting a rush. Roots away from a couple of guys. Fires one deep. Man out there. It's going to be in. Caught for a touchdown. As Altland picks up that pass. Bobby Pham just got it off right at the last second. He was being chased pretty darn heavily back there. Fired the ball up in the air, and Altland was back there to receive it in the end zone for 6. So it's a 7-6 ball game, and the extra point try for UDA coming up. Nice job, Trojans. Okay, the extra point try coming up, and the Trojans are going to try to take the lead here now as they'll go for 2. Zielinski's going to work it back over here to the left side. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Incomplete, and the Trojans trail 7-6. But they did move the football very well that time, and we'll be back. 7-6, the Bulldogs with 5:38 left to play in the first quarter. All right, way to go. Ryan Kinch measuring off his kickoff attempt here now as the Trojans get to kick off for the first time this afternoon following their first touchdown. And we're set to go. Let's see if Ryan can get into one here. Here it is. That's a low kick. Going to be taken out here at about the 20-yard line. And he'll move it up here past the 30 now and all the way to the 37-yard line. Check that, to the 43-yard line. A good run back that time by that young Bulldog. And it's first and 10 now from the 42-yard line, they'll put it. First and 10, Tri-Valley on their own 42. Trojan defense only was in the game for 2 plays when they picked off that interception, and then 2 plays later ran it in for the TD. So better field position for our defense now, at least to start this second offensive series for Tri-Valley. Handoff and caught up the middle with it, right up the middle to the 49-yard line goes number 45. And he's got some good yardage out of that, picking up 8. It'll be second down and 2. Put the ball right at the 49-yard line of Tri-Valley. Quarterback this time will give it the 45, and he's got 2 and plenty more. Well, could be one of those games today, folks, where we're going to have some high-scoring contest, perhaps, because, boy, the Trojan defense looking a little porous here. As the ball's carried down to the 38-yard line, it'll be First and 10, Tri-Valley. So the Bulldogs with some quick hitting there against that big Trojan defensive line. And they're getting some openings and scooting through there pretty quickly. This time they'll send flanker out on the far side of the field and to split out wide on that side also. Quarterback's going to fire one, puts it over in the flat on the side. It is complete. And let's see, number 21's got it. Tackle over there by Zielinski. Helped out by Sims, they say also, but I thought it was Zielinski. But anyway, it's gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ball now at the 33, just about 34-yard line of the Trojans. You got to see if we can stop these guys one time here. Quarterback hands this one off, and this time they're going to wrap them up quickly. As coming up there to make the stop is Breyer, along with, let's see, who's the one on the bottom? Rao in there also. So is Kinch, and so is Altland. A good stop that time. Not much on that, maybe half a yard. It'll be 3rd and 5. Third and 5, big play coming up here for UD. Quarterback still has it. He's going to fire one down this side over here. Got a man out there. It is incomplete. Good defensive play out there by that Matthew Sherman, making the good defense for UD. Every time there's a pass like that and both fellas go for the ball, the crowd, of course, wants interference, but referee would have nothing to do with that. So it'll be 4th down and 5. Now the ball at the UD 33-yard line. So let's see if the Trojans can hold them here now. So many times in the past, sometimes when we'd get these darn Bulldogs down here deep, they'd go and get a first down or worse yet, a touchdown. So let's see. Let's hold them here. They'll set it up in their standard lineup. Flanker on the near side, ended tight on the far side. Quarterback's going to throw it again. Looking over the middle. It's knocked down in there on a good defensive play. Might have been number 67, and I believe it was in there as that's that Derek Schaefer. And Schaefer got a hand on that one, put that big paw up there, and knocked it down. So the Trojans take over 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line. Good defensive job that time by that Derek Schaefer. 1st and 10, UDA. Peterson flanks on the near side. Sherman on the far side. Motion coming this way. Handoff is to Breyer again. Breyer dives ahead for only 2 out to the 34. Maybe only 1 yard on that one. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Picked up 1. The Bulldogs a little wise that one now. Are kind of cutting that one off in there. Snyder checks out of the ball game for UD. Brad Snyder checking out of there in favor of, let's see, who came in. Can't tell. 76 in there now. I think that's that tiny Tim Kuppenhaver. All right, Zielinski's going to set up in this line on the near side of the field. Now they're ready to go. He'll go in motion over in the far side. And Pham looking to pass. Fires one over this way. He's got a man out here. It's complete on a nice catch to Drew Peterson. And Peterson coming up with a big grab. It's enough for the first down. The ball will be spotted at the 45-yard line of UDA. So both Peterson and Sherman have caught the balls that have been thrown their way. As Kuppenhaver will check out again. And Pham enters the huddle with the play from the sideline. 1st and 10. Ball just shy of the 45-yard line. Pham's going to keep it. Rushes ahead for about 3 down to the 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Bob's trying to untangle himself here now. Led on that rush that time by that 75 in there for UD. Oh, that's Tim Kuppenhaver. Wait a minute. 76 is that Donald Bender. All right. Checking my book here and losing track of where my camera is. Anyway, here's a pitch over to Dion. Gets it rolled off his helmet. Spins away from one would-be tackler. Trying to get a little bit out of this. And not going to get much as he is gang tackled finally out there. Dion was unable to get it really going that time as the pitch back kind of rolled up on his shoulder and up against his helmet, and that just probably took a little bit of the momentum off of it, and you had to concentrate on catching the ball first, and then you couldn't really make the turn that time. So there's a loss on the play of about 3 or so. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Rao in there at the tight end position on the far side of the field for UD. 3rd and 10. Pass. Pham getting a rush. Gonna run it. No, gonna throw it. He throws it down here incomplete. Intended out there for either Rao or Altland. Both of them were in the territory, but it's going to bring up a 4th down play now. It'll be 4th and 10. And obviously UD will be punting, and the punter, I think, is going to be Anthony Zielinski. We'll see. It was last week when Bobby Pham wasn't here, so Bob Pham, our QB, will also be our punter. I remember Bob getting off a couple of nice punts last year. He gets a good snap and a nice high kick. Take it out here at the 20. He is at the 25, scooting along this side. This is a quick little son of a gun, and he's finally down at the 35-yard line. Is coming up to nail him there is Altland, along with 52 and Kinch. 52, we'll find out who that young fella is here. 52 would be that Toby Hoffman. Helping to make the stop on that play. It's 1st and 10, Tri-Valley, with the quarter ending on that play. So at the end of one period here at Tri-Valley, it's 7-6 the Bulldogs at the end of one. Okay, 1st and 10 Bulldogs now. The ball at their own 35-yard line. And we'll see if the Trojans can hold them down here now. Again, a flanker out on the near side of the field for Tri-Valley. 44 in motion. Quarterback hands this one off and dragging ahead for about 3. Goes that halfback. It'll be 2nd down and 7. The ball at the 37-yard line. Rao making the stop out there for the UDA. 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Quarterback hands this one off, and dragging him down is Ryan Kinch, as Kinch got a hold of him almost immediately and dragged him down at the 40-yard line. Gain of a yard or so on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5. So another big play for the Trojans. Nice play there by that Ryan Kinch, 55 out there for UDA. Trojans have a lot of beef right there in the middle of that defensive line, and they're trying to stay in there with these Bulldogs. Quarterback has it. He has the option, pitches it back there to 44, and he's going to be tackled on a fine job out there by that number 33, Dean Breyer. Good job that time by Dean, coming up there and making a low leg tackle on him. Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 4th and 4. So now what looked like it was going to be a real offensive game turns into a defensive struggle here at the moment, as the Tri-Valley Bulldogs will be forced to punt. This will be their first punt of the ball game. Watch this snap. Sherman back deep, the single man back for UD. Here's the punt. Oh, just about blocked. Sherman will take it out here at the 30-yard line, downs it right there. And so the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. Go UD. Okay, Pham brings them up to the line here on a 1st and 10. Bob's going to look to throw. Got some fellas down here. Now he's going to roll around here to the right side. Now he's going to have to reverse it, and he's going to get away. Can he pick up some blocking? We'll see. He's scattered around the left side now, and Bob still on his feet gets about 8 yards out of that. Looked like it probably should have been about a 3-yard loss, and he gets an 8-yard gain out of it. So a good job that time by scrambling Bob Pham back there, running for his life as he was under some very hot pursuit that time by those Bulldog defenders, but he was able to get away and pick up 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Ball now at the 37-yard line of UDA. Okay, 2nd, a long 2 for UD. This time it's going to be handed off to Breyer, and Breyer's got the 2 as he spins ahead, or close to the 2. We'll see where they spot it, actually. Out to nearly the 40-yard line. It's just shy of the 40. They're going to spot at the 39. The referee will come in and look it over, and he says it's going to be too close to call, so he'll measure it. It is very close here. From here, it looks like he may have made it. I think he would have made it. We'll see. That number 1 would move there. We'd be able to see that he... Wow. Maybe not. Ref's really giving it the old eyeball. Nope. Short by an inch. All right. Short by 1 inch. All right. It'll be 3rd down and an inch. It is that close. Really close. Okay. 3rd and 1. Okay, the Trojans break the huddle on a 3rd down and 1 inch. Ball just about at the 40. And let's see, I'm not sure what happened to that one. If Bob made it, which I think he did, he didn't get very much out of it, but it is enough for the 1st down. We needed an inch. Bob got about a foot. So that's measuring it pretty close, Bob. Anyway, it'll be 1st and 10 now. The ball at the UD 40. 8 minutes, 10 seconds, and the clock is running here in the 2nd period. Trojans trail by 1, 7-6. And Bob looking to pass one, fires one over here, and it's going to be incomplete. Bounces in and out of the hands of Anthony Zielinski. Anthony that time got a little bit turned around as the pass kind of went behind him. He put an effort on trying to catch it, but couldn't do it. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now for UD. All right. On a 2nd and 10. 2 flankers on the near side of the field this time. Bobby Pham looking back. Fires one down the middle. It is going to be incomplete. Overthrown out there was Anthony Zielinski, who I believe was his primary receiver, but the closest man to that was that number 21 or number 25 in the red outfit. So Bob fired that one a little bit short. Had 2 guys there, but the pass was underthrown. And we'll bring up a 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 looking at the Trojans now on the 40-yard line of UDA. Passing again. They have a screen. This time it's going to be screened to Breyer. And Breyer's got 10 and more. Look out. Deion Breyer could go 60 yards. 1 man to get him. No, it's going to be a 60-yard touchdown run for Deion Breyer on a little flare pass right over the middle, and Breyer took it home. Had a lot of guys out there trying to stop him, but they could not. And Deion Breyer with a fine 60-yard run that time for UD. Good job. Trojans take the lead now, 12-7. Extra point try coming up. Fine job by Deion Breyer. We'll see a lot more of that, I am sure, in the perhaps this ball game and in the upcoming ball games for sure. Deion's a tough one. Okay, the Trojans had called timeout prior to the extra point try. They're going to try for 2 again. Last time they tried to pass unsuccessfully, so we'll see if we can do it this time. Working from the shotgun formation is Pham this time. Bobby's got it, looking for the option to run it in. He's in. Extra point's good. So Bob runs it in from 3 yards out on a good effort that time, and makes it a 14-7 ball game now with the Trojans on top. Way to go. 7:39 remaining here in the first half. Okay, Ryan Kinch has got her teed up again for his 2nd kickoff of the first half here, following UD's 2nd touchdown. And here we go. Another kick, not very high, taken over here at the 28-yard line to the 35. He goes with it and ahead now to the 38-yard line, where he is stopped over there. Let's see, it's going to be, I think, might have been that Don Rutledge, number 34, in there in the kickoff team, I think made the stop that time, along with maybe Drew Peterson, I think might have been over there also. So here we go, 1st and 10 now from the 38-yard line of Tri-Valley. Bulldog hands it off up the middle, racing with it for some good yardage to the 45-yard line, picking up 7. And goes at number 45. Nice run that time. Zielinski in there assisting on the stop for UDA, among others. Picked up 7, will be 2nd and 3. Sometimes they do that, and it's amazing that they can, because Kinch is in there, and that big 68 of the Trojans there, or 66 is there, Randy Sims. Anyway, 2nd down 3. Quarterback hands it to the second man, 44, dives ahead. Just about a first down, maybe a half a yard short. Looks like 3rd and about 1. Rowell making the stop in there for UD. 3rd and 1 for Tri-Valley. They need this one. Trojans want to stop them here if we can. Handoff and more than one. 45 running into the secondary. Finally tripped up in there by that number 10 of the Trojans. And there was that big 3rd down play, and he's got a whole lot of yardage that time down to the Trojan 37-yard line. Stop made in there by that Brian Morgan finally in the secondary, but it is 1st and 10 Bulldogs now as they get a little march going here. It's on the UD 37. Quarterback hands that one off, and down to the 30-yard line goes Wenrick. And they'll spot it back here at the 31. Gain of a long 6 or maybe 7. 2nd down and 3 or 4, depending on what you think over here. There's your markers all on the sideline. Like just about 4. 2nd down. .45 again, picking his way up the middle. He's got some yardage again there. Close to the first down. Might be a first down. It'll be awfully close. And it is a first down for the Bulldogs. Or is it? No, it's not. Well, now the ref here is standing with his arms up in the air. It is a first down. Okay. Finally says it is a first down. So the Bulldogs have now driven it down there to the 26-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Bulldogs on the Trojan 26, 1st and 10. Quarterback has it, he's going to keep it. Pitches it back over here to that number 20-something, and he is going to be grabbed here by that Drew Peterson, who makes a stop on him after a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play. Make it a gain of just about 8 on the play, all the way down to the 19-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 now for the Bulldogs. So Tri-Valley looking to get back on the board before the half ends. 3:50 remaining here in the first half. Bulldogs trail by 7. Quarterback to 45 again. Up the middle he goes. Kinch finally gets a hold of him. Nice gain down to the 15-yard line. It'll be another first down. And UD now being definitely threatened in here. .68 and 67 out here. Got to really dig in, because that 45 is getting a hole up the middle there, and he is really cutting through there very nicely. 1st and 10 from about the 15 of Upper Dauphin. QB, he'll keep it. He'll fire one over on the right side. Got a man out there. It's caught, and he is going to be smothered under after a short gain on the play, really. Only picked up a couple of maybe 2 yards on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball now placed at about the 12-yard line, something like that. So it'll be 2nd down. Now as the Trojans cut that one off real quickly out there. Let's see what they do with this one. It'd be nice to see UD hold them right here if we could. And trying to go up the middle with it, and they got a couple of yards across the 10 down to maybe the 8-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and about 3. Sims making the stop in there that time, they say, although he ran into the middle of that pile, and it's hard to tell who made that stop, but at any rate, let's see. Got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the half. Plenty of time. Big 3rd down and a long 3 or maybe 4. 45 has it, and boy, somebody has him immediately in there. That time, 67 in there making the stop for that UD. Schaefer making that stop that time as they ran right into that big Derrick that time, and he put the clasp on him. Timeout called by Tri-Valley. Got a minute 53 remaining here in the first half, and the Bulldogs looking at a 4th down and 2 or a 4th down and about 7 for a touchdown. So we'll be right back. Okay, biggest play of the half for the offense of Tri-Valley and the defense of UD as we try to stop them here with 1:53 remaining. 4th and 2. Quarterback has it. He's going to pitch it back over here. The ball's fumbled, picked up and covered by number 10 over there. That's that Brian Morgan. And UD takes over on the fumbled pitch that time. The ball will be spotted at about the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 UD with 1:43 remaining in the first half. Minute and a half now as the clock continues to move. Minute and a half remaining in the half. So Bobby Pham will put it in play at around the 12. Handoff is to Breyer, and Breyer skipping over the left side that time gets it all the way out to the 20-yard line. A good gain on the play of nearly 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Now the clock is under 1 minute to play. 57, 56 seconds and so forth. Clock running. Maybe Breyer can bust an 80-yard one here. He's got the handoff this time is to, was it Breyer that time again? I believe it might have been. Yeah. Breyer that time trying to lead a little bit of a rush behind that tiny Tim Copenhaver, but nothing doing that time. Has got about 1 out of that. It'll be 3rd and 1 with 45 seconds left and timeout called by someone. Who called time? UD timeout. Okay, following the timeout, here's Pham handing it off, trying to go up the middle with it again. Here is Breyer, and Breyer busts ahead for the 1st down, and that'll stop the clock with 39 seconds remaining as they move the sticks. The ball forced out there now to the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 UD, and the clock set in motion now with just 30 seconds remaining here in the half. UD enjoying a scant 7-point margin here. And let's see what happens on this play now, as it probably will be the last offensive play of the half, unless it's an incompleted pass, of course. Alton in motion over on the left side. Quarterback hands it off. Up the middle with it goes Breyer again, and Breyer out to the 33-yard line. And that probably did it because we're clocked down at 3 seconds. Yeah, that's going to do it as Bobby Pham heads for the locker room. And the buzzer goes with the Trojans leading here at the halftime by 7. 14-7. So a good first half for UD. Over here at Tri-Valley, any margin is good, but not safe. So we'll come back in the second half and see if we can't put a few more on the board. We're going to be kicking to the Bulldogs to open up the second half of play here. So we'll be back then, see what happens. Good job first half. Well, the teams are back on the field, as you can see. And to begin the second half of play, Tri-Valley will receive the football. They're trailing our Trojans by 7. And they'll go on offense first. So we'll get set for that UD kickoff here and be coming up in just a moment. Ryan Kinch has her teed up now for UD. He'll be kicking off here to begin the second half of play. And Ryan's kicks so far have been low and have been going down to about the 30-yard line, 25, 30-yard line. So we'll see where this one goes. It's another low kick. Taken out here at the 20. Well, it goes all the way back to the 14. Miller has it out to the 20 and ahead to the 27-yard line, where he's finally tripped up in there. A couple of Trojans in there making the stop. Drew Peterson, they say, but I also saw that James Fink, number 16, in there on the stop for UD also. So it is 1st and 10. They put the ball on the 27. And let's see what happens here on a 1st and 10 now. Handoff up the middle with it. 45 runs right into the arms of several Trojans. Kinch is out there, but I think probably Rao was one of the first ones to stand him up that time. Zielinski in there also, but Sean Rao, I believe, had really turned that one in quickly. Made the initial hit on him. There's a gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball just shy of the 30. 2nd and a long 7. If the Trojans can stop that play up the middle, they'll be doing all right here. Here's another handoff, and again, dragging ahead for about 2 more yards he goes. Big hand put on him there by Sims, along with Brad Snyder, and Rao again in there. Alton helping out. A whole bunch of Trojans that time. Gain of 3 on that one, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 3. Ball's at the 34-yard line now on a 3rd and 3, so UD would like to stop him right here and get that ball back. Pitch back over there at 44, and he loses the football. That's going to be covered by UDA as number 82, Sherman, comes up with it. Matthew Sherman over there found that ball stripped loose from that Bulldog running back, and Matthew fell on it over there to recover it for UDA, and it'll be at the 24-yard line of Tri-Valley. UDA with a big break here now, 1st and 10 Trojans. You recall the Tri-Valley Bulldogs' only touchdown of the afternoon so far came as a result of a recovered, or rather an intercepted pass. So we paid for our turnover. Let's see if they can make the Tri-Valley Bulldogs pay for this one. First recovery of the ball game for UD. And we'll see what happens here now. Pham back to pass, looking down the right side. Fire one over the middle. It's complete right there to number 80, and he's in for the touchdown. All right, way to go. Touchdown, UDA. And the Trojans hit after one play, one offensive play, a 30 or 20, let me see, where the heck were we? 24 yards, something like that. I'll find out here from someone, and we'll see. Nice play that time and a good, sharp pass. And a fine reception out there by a young Trojan. We'll find out who that was here in just a second. My page blew over. Okay, anyway, 2-point try coming up here for UD from the shotgun. Motion is Zielinski over to the right side. Pham looking. He's got it, and he's going to be tripped up this time as a good tackle from behind by number 1 of the Bulldogs. Comes up and makes the stop on Bobby. But anyway, it is now a 20-7 ball game. Trojans up by 13, and they'll be kicking off here in just a moment. Yep. Brian Robertson making the reception that time, and a good one it was. Then Brian struggled into the end zone from about a yard or 2 out. Here's Kinch's kick, taken at the 23. Up to the 35 he goes, and all the way back to the 40-yard line before Rutledge in there making the stop on him, along with several other fellas. Alan Hill, I think, in there also. Good stop. Byron Hoover on the stop for UDA that time also. Playing basically right out in front of us here now at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Now let's see, now the Trojans have got to stay tough out here against these Bulldogs. I don't think enough points is ever enough. Dunmore at the quarterback spot now for Tri-Valley. Carries for about 5 or 6 to the 47-yard line of Tri-Valley. Nice gain on the play. Picking up 6, will be 2nd and 4. Sims will check out of the ball game for UD. Gain of 7 on the last play, actually, be 2nd down and 3. Dunmore hands this one off and going all the way down to the 45-yard line of UDA goes this number 45. He's a good little runner out there. First and 10, Tri-Valley. It's at the 44-yard line of UDA. Okay, on a 1st and 10 from the UD 44. Dunmore, here's the quarterback. He lost the handle on the football, but dove on it immediately. It'll be 2nd down and 10. If he can survive that flop there by by UD that time. They really flopping on that quarterback there was that Kevin Wirtz. Kevin's a big one. That registered about a 6.4 on the Richter scale, I think, when he fell on Dunmore that time. Anyway, it's 2nd and 10. And Dunmore back to pass. Fires it over the near side. It is incomplete as he bounced it in front of number 21, Drew Peterson in there covering on the pass, but kind of bounced right in front of this young fella here. And it'll be 3rd and 9. 3rd down 9. We'll see if Dunmore is going to air one out here. Yep, he's going to pass. He's looking. He's getting grabbed, and he's gotten thrown down back there. And a good defensive play by the Trojans. Brad Snyder coming in there and wrapping him up real quickly. Nice play by that Brad Snyder. Also in there is number 32, Sean Rao, making a big rush that time. So good job by Snyder and Rao. And it'll be a punting situation here now, of course, in a 4th and 14. Ball all the way back to the 48-yard line of UDA. And Matt Sherman back to receive this punt. Dunmore is the punter. Let's see what kind of snap he gets here. Good snap. And the punt is up, and the punt is a nice long one. Matt will allow it to roll, and it's going to roll dead at about the 7-yard line. So the Trojans, with 93 yards to go to pay dirt here, have, let's see, 6:22 remaining here in period number 3, and they'll put it in play 1st and 10. Okay, Bob Pham looking over the defense here as he puts it in play 1st and 10 from the 6. He'll hand it off, and trying to go up the middle there is Breyer, and Breyer is stopped almost immediately out there. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. He got nothing for his effort that time. Ball still resting at the 6 or 7 yard line, probably around the 6, I guess. A little hard to tell from here because the line is kind of worn away or hidden in the grass, whatever. But it is 2nd and 10, that's for sure. Robertson is the flanker on the near side of the field. He'll send Altland over on the left side. And hold everything now. We may have taken a little bit too much time to get everybody positioned here, and this might be a half the distance penalty, which should take it back to about the 3. Yeah, it took a little bit of time that time as they were directing some traffic out there, trying to get some players in position, and wasted a little too much time. So the ball goes back to the 3.5, 4 yard line, something like that.
2nd and 13.
Wow. 2nd and 13 now. The Trojans getting themselves in a little bit of a hole here. Ball around the 2, they say, and that's probably true. Okay, the handoff is to Breyer again. He skips away from one would-be tackler and drives it out to nearly the 7 yard line. So picking up a couple yards on the play. That will bring up a 3rd down and 10. We got a man down here. They got a Trojan injured on the play. Ian Breyer was a young fella shaken up on the last play, but he's okay. Going to go off on his own. So it looks like he might have got popped in the back a little bit or something. So he's going to be all right. Anthony Zielinski back there. Here's Pham with a pass. Over here it is complete on a good grab by that Matt Sherman. Boy, oh boy. Matt just grabbed that one with one paw that time and grabbed that one and hung on to it. He was covered well out there, but just managed to hang on to that football. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a first down for UDA. A big one. Nice first down that time out to the 17-yard line, and one heck of a grab by Matthew Sherman. Excellent grab that time by Matt. All right. Zielinski still in there. Rao as the running back in one of the running back positions. Up the middle with it goes Pham. He's going to keep it and try to sneak it ahead for a couple of yards. Not too much on that. Out to the 20-yard line he goes. Might have picked up 3. That'll be second down and 7. 4:12 remaining here in the third quarter. Clock is running now. We'll be under 4 minutes by the time we get going here. Now we have another player. This Randy Sims this time is limping off a little bit here for UD. Randy doesn't look too severely injured. He's all in his own power, but he's a little gimpy, looks like, on that right leg. So don't need Trojans to start accumulating a bit of injuries, those nagging kinds here we want to try to avoid. Well, it looks like he's going to be all right. Breyer's back into the ball game again, in motion. They go. Pham, oh, tripped up on a fine tackle that time by number 25 back there. Just grabbed a hold of Bobby's one foot that time and tripped him up from behind. 3rd and 11 now as the Trojan offense sputtering a little bit here deep in their own territory, trying to get out here and get some field position. The ball back to the 15-yard line now. 3rd down and 11. Breyer, Zielinski in there along with Altman. This is Zielinski coming in motion over in the near side of the field. And back to pass goes Bobby. He's going to scramble out of there. Fires one downfield. Got a man down here. It's complete, and he is going to go for a touchdown. It's going to be Drew Peterson. Gone all the way for a TD on a fine reception as he beat the Tri-Valley Bulldog receiver or defender back there. And Peterson all the way. Looked like about, let's see, from the 84-yard touchdown pass from Bobby Pham to Drew Peterson. And boy, when Drew caught that, you'd think something evil was chasing him because he really took off. Way to go, Drewster. All right, nice pass, good reception, and good for 6. 26-7 with 3:08 remaining here in the third period. And the Trojans looking to get 2 more probably. And timeout's going to be called now by Upper Dauphin. Timeout on the field. 3 minutes, 8 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 26-7 UDA. Okay, we're going to try for the 2-point conversion. Now they succeeded once and missed twice, I believe it is, or vice versa. Anyway, here's Pham looking for a pass. Firing one over here, incomplete. And pass intended for Matthew Sherman, but he was smothered out there. And so the extra point is no good. But the Trojans with a 26-7 lead now will be kicking off here to those Tri-Valley Bulldogs in just a second. Way to go. Okay, Kinch will tee it up here now again as Brian getting a bit of kicking practice here this afternoon. Here's his kick. It's dandy, taken here at the 21, to the 25, the 30, the 35, and up to the 37 or 8-yard line, or he stopped in there. 73 coming up there to make the stop on him, among others, for UD. 3 over there and a stop with that Justin Mosser that time, making the stop for UD on the kickoff return. 1st and 10, Tri-Valley on the 38 8 or just about 9-yard line. Handoff by Moyer, and young fella gets across the 40 to the 41. Gain of about 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Stopped in there by Rao and Sims and Bradley Snyder, they say, and among others. So it'll be 2nd and 8. Ball at the 41-yard line of Tri-Valley. 2 minutes, 12 seconds. The clock is running here in the third quarter. Trojans up 26-7. Seems strange to say that over here at Tri-Valley. Has been a while. Feels good. Okay, Dunmoyer has the ball flip up in the air. It's lost, gathered in, however, by the Tri-Valley Bulldogs. And mad at himself in there is Brad Snyder. Brad saw it but couldn't get down to get it. He's explaining that right now to Anthony Zielinski. That it was loose and laying there, but covered by the Bulldogs. 3rd down and 9. Ball now just shy of the 40-yard line of Tri-Valley. Going to split people out on both sides of the field this time for the Bulldogs. Maybe a passing situation on a 3rd down and 11. Back to pass goes Dunmoyer. Fires one down the right side. It is tipped into the air, but incomplete over there. Matthew Sherman again on the coverage. Intended out there for number 1, but Matt just couldn't quite pick that one off and bring that one in. But some good defense on it by that Matthew Sherman. And it's going to bring up a 4th down, and Matt's going to run this ball back if he can. He'll be back as a single man back to receive this one. And the Bulldog will be punting from about his own 30-yard line when he steps up with this one. See what kind of a snap he can get. Good snap. And the kick is a wobbly short kick. It's going to go out of bounds over here near the Trojan bench. Let's see, it goes out at the 42-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 UD on their own 42. The Trojans will put it in play from that spot with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the third period. Tri-Valley, you recall, had scored early, 9-something remaining, or playing 2 minutes and something into the first quarter when they intercepted a Bobby Pham pass, and then a play or two later took it in for a TD. But that's been all UD offensively after that. Here's Pham. Whoa, wait a minute. Something goofy here on this play, and they're going to say the ball was recovered. Yeah, on just a bad play all the way around that time, as Bobby Pham ended up trying to hand it to Altland, but the ball came loose and was recovered by the Bulldogs, so it's 1st and 10 now. Tri-Valley with the ball at the UD 38-yard line. There's a very quick turnover now, so the Trojan defense goes back to work here. The starting quarterback is in there again now for Tri-Valley, Buffington. He'll go back to pass one. Looking over the left side. Fires one over here complete. He'll spin away from one would-be tackler. Peterson has a hold of him then. To help drag him down out there is number 12, Pham, and slow getting up there is Ryan Kinch. Kinch will be okay, I guess. But the ball is good for a 1st down as he takes it down to the 23 of UDA. 1st and 10. Tri-Valley starting to make a little noise here now following their fumble recovery. Up the middle he goes, driving across the 20 down to the 18. And the Tri-Valley Bulldogs on a hurry-up offense now with just 9 seconds remaining. They want to score down here if they can. Clock down to 5. And this time it's going to be 45 with a handoff. He gets nothing out of that, maybe a yard, not too much, as he is stopped almost immediately. And it's going to be 3rd and 3 looking at the Tri-Valley Bulldogs when the fourth quarter begins here now. They're in a 26-7 deficit, and they've got the football to begin the fourth quarter. We'll be right back. Okay, we're beginning the fourth and final period now. The ball is on the UD 15-yard line. It's third down and about 2. Well, let's see if we can stop him here. Nope, 45 has it. He has the ball down to the 10, maybe inside the 10. Looks like it'll be first and goal for Tri-Valley as he takes it just to the 9-yard line. First down and goal, Tri-Valley Bulldogs. The Bulldogs with a definite threat here now, to say the least. Trojans have given up just 7 points in the ball game. Tri-Valley looking to up that, however. First and 10 from the 9. Whoops. Oh, not too much that time. JR gets a couple down to the 7 or 8. We'll have to see where the pile ends up here. Looks like at the 7-yard line. It'll be second down and goal from the 7. Second and goal from the 7 for the Bulldogs. QB has it. He's looking to pass. Over the middle. He tosses one complete for a touchdown. 7-yard pass play is good to number 1 out there and gives the Tri-Valley Bulldogs their 13th point of the ball game. It's now 26-13, and the extra point try for Tri-Valley will be coming up here in just one moment. Tri-Valley will try for 2. And Buffington at quarterback. He'll rush it back here, looking to fire one over in this corner. He got a man there. Oh, hit it out of the hands of number 1. He should have had it. Just couldn't get that one. It just kind of slithered right down that number 1 on this young fella and was incomplete. But Tri-Valley on the board again here now. It is 26-13, and we're playing in the fourth quarter. 1 minute and 3 seconds into the fourth period, and the Trojans now up by 13. The Bulldogs set to tee it off here. Alton and Breyer back deep to receive this kick for UD. And we'll see where it's going to go. It's going to be high, taken here at the 9-yard line by Alton. And he is up all the way out here to the 33-yard line. Nice run back there by Alton. And it'll be first and 10 UD. At the 33, I guess it was. 33 or 32, you can look at it there. 32.5-yard line, whatever. Anyway, first and 10, UD. Good run back that time by Heath. It was a high kick, could have had good coverage, and Heath able to run it back to the 32. Here is a handoff for Breyer, who bounces off the middle of the line and decides to go off the left a little bit. And he's got a few yards out to the 36-yard line, picking up 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 6. Nice run that time. Dion, a good junior runner here. Has the ability to bounce off these guys and gain a couple more yards, always looking upfield and dragging a couple of would-be tacklers with him. Here's a handoff again to Breyer, and this time he's going to be stacked up, however, as he didn't get very much on the way of blocking that time. And they kind of left Dion strung out there by himself, and he was stopped for a loss of a yard or 2 on the play. Call a loss of 2. That'll bring up a third down and 8. Ball back to the 34-yard line now of UD. Well, let's see what happens here now as they'll flank some people out on both sides of the field. Pham, however, hands it off. Oh, and a ball pops right out of there. And it may have been recovered by Tri-Valley. No, it wasn't. They say it's UD with the recovery. But, boy, that could have been a critical point in the ball game as the ball popped high out of Dion's hands and thankfully recovered by a Trojan out there. But it's going to be fourth down now, and the Trojans will have to kick. It'll be 4th and 10. So the Tri-Valley Bulldogs, which I mentioned earlier on the ball game here now, you know, you can never get enough points against this outfit. So Trojans going to have to play some defense here. Now we've got 8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. They lead by 13. Good snap, kick, wobbly, but should get a UD roll, and it does. It's going to, let's see, be rolling dead out here at the 32-yard line of Tri-Valley. Matthew Sherman downs it. Then it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tri-Valley Bulldogs. So hang in there, fellas. 8:38 remaining in the contest. Okay, Buffington at quarterback for the Bulldogs. He'll hand this one off. Up the middle with it goes at 45. He's got about 4 yards on the play. He drags it out here to the 35-yard line. Make it the 36-yard line. Gain of 4 to be 2nd and 6. Tri-Valley now with a hurry-up offense. They want to get on the board and get that ball back, so they're lined up immediately here now. And again, up the middle with it goes that little Bulldog, and he drives it out to the 39-yard line. Gain of about 3 more. It'll be 3rd and 3, or 3rd and a long 2. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line, 3rd and a long 2. Tri-Valley looks like they're ready again. Quarterback this time will hand it off, and I don't know if he made it that time. That's going to be close, as Altland in there to stack him up, among others. Rao in there, Bradley Snyder, everybody in there on the coverage that time. And it is timeout called by the Bulldogs. It'll be 4th down and a long yard. The ball's still about the 39-yard line. And so 7:27 left here in the ball game. Trojans got to hang in there and see if they can stop him on his 4th down play. Actually, a pretty nice crowd now, as it turns out, here on this beautiful afternoon for football in the Valley. And we're seeing a pretty good ball game. Tri-Valley, 4th down, a long yard. The ball on their own 39-yard line. QB will hand it off here. He's got the yard, the 1st down and more, out to the 48-yard line. Goes at number 45. Nice runner there. And he gets enough for the 1st down and then more. Picking up about 7 or so on the play. 1st down now, and the Tri-Valley Bulldogs immediately go back to work. No huddle. Quarterback's going to pass one. Fires it over this way. Incomplete. Intended for number 1 out here, but thrown behind him. And Rutledge out there on the coverage for UD, but the pass was thrown behind the young fella, and that'll stop the clock. And with the clock stopped, they will huddle it up here and get a play. Ball at the 48. 2nd and 10. Buffington hands this one off, driving it ahead down to the Trojan side of the 49, or to the 50-yard line, I think. Let's see where they're going to place this. I think at the Trojan 49 would be about where they want to put it. Yep, and it's going to be a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 8. From the Trojan 49. Huffman gonna pass it, getting a rush, fires one down this way. It is incomplete. Incomplete. I'm not sure. It was intended for number 1, I guess, out there. Sherman and Pham both out here on the coverage for UD. So it'll be 4th down and 8 now. This is a big one here where UD has got to hold them right here and get the ball back. 6:41 remaining in the ball game with the clock stopped with the incompletion. And we'll see what the Bulldogs come up with here. Time called. Got a man down out here for a leg cramp, probably. Breyer is the young fellow that was injured on the last play. We didn't really see him. In fact, Tri-Valley with their quick offense had huddled it up, and then their officials called time because Dean was down over there. Perhaps Charlie horse or something, we hope, but I never saw him get involved in the play, but he went down and he's limping off, so certainly hope it's nothing more than a Charlie horse or whatever. Here's Buffington back to pass over the middle. He's got a man out there, but number 1 cannot hold on to it. He's the number one receiver, but he hasn't caught everything in his area, and he feels bad about that one. He should have had it. There was not a Trojan around, but just slithered on by, and so the Trojans take over now. That was a 4th down play. So UD will have the ball on their own 49-yard line. 6:37 remaining here in the ball game. Clock was stopped with the incompletion, so UD will take over now. Breyer, of course, out of the backfield now. Zielinski taking his place at the running back position back there. 1st and 10. Up the middle with it goes Pham, and Bobby's got about 2 to the 48-yard line, maybe. All right, might have picked up 3, actually. About 3 will be 2nd down and 7. Trojans now need not to be in a great hurry here to do anything spectacular. They lead by 13. Clock is down to 6:15 remaining in the ball game, so I'd like to hold on to the football, grind it out here a little bit. 2nd down and 7. From the 48 of the Bulldogs. In motion goes Rao over on the right side. And this time it's going to be handed off to Zielinski, and boy, he is stopped 3 yards deep. Back around the original line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. They're going to spot the ball at the 49-yard line of UD. Nothing doing on that one, as Anthony that time got hit almost immediately. And I'm not sure if Anthony's suffering out there from the effects of the play. I think the official is going to come in here and see if he's okay. Yeah, I guess he's all right. Anyway, it's a 3rd and 10 now from the 49 of UD. Rao again in motion. And this time it's going to be Pham setting up a screen. They do here for Zielinski, but the Bulldogs are right there, and that goes for no gain. As a matter of fact, might have lost 1 on the play. It'll bring up a 4th down. So the Trojan offense kind of just sputtering a little bit here. And it's 4th and 11 coming up now, and so UD will be punting it out of there with 4:55 left here in the game. Well, we'll see what happens now as Pham gets set to punt it. He'll be stepping up to nearly his 40-yard line to get this one off. Nice, high, spiraling punt. I'm telling you, kid's going to take it. Back here at the 7-yard line, he's out to the 10. Peterson in pursuit, and Drew Peterson drags him down back there at about the 7-yard line. Good coverage that time by that Drew Peterson. And it's 1st and 10 Bulldogs at their own 7-yard line. Wow. Good job, Drewster. There you see the time clicking down here. And the Bulldogs ready to put it in play, 1st and 10. Back the pass goes Buffington. Fires one over there, number 1. He's got it. He's dragged out of bounds at the 11 or 12-yard line. Coverage over there by Rutledge and Sherman. I think Rutledge probably made the initial hit. Picking up 6 are the Bulldogs rather. 2nd down and 4. 4:14, clock stopped with the out-of-bounds pass play. 4:14 remaining in the game. Handoff, and this time there's that J.R. Wenrich all the way out for the 1st down to the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, and again, the Bulldogs in that hurry-up offense, no huddle. 4:04 remaining. Here's another pass play over the left side, complete. This time it's going to be number 1. He's dragged out over there by Peterson. And another 1st down for the Bulldogs. Now, what generally happens here, and I've seen it happen a lot of times anyway, the Trojans, is somebody's going to pick one of these off. And we'll hope for that and see when it occurs here. 3:58 remaining as he was bounced out of bounds over there by Drew. So, clock stopped. Again, another pass play coming up here. Buffington this time fires one over here. It's incomplete. I think it was intended for number 21 out here, I guess. But it goes to an incompletion, stops the clock with 3:55 left in the game. 3:55 remaining. 2nd and 10. Pass over this way. No, incomplete, out of the reach of number 1 that time. And that will make it a 3rd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. 3:51. The clock stops with the incompletion once again. So 3:51 left. Stay back a little bit this time. It's 3rd down and 10. They'll probably run it. Nope. Pass. Oh my. I'm not sure who that was for, but whoever it was probably for 36, but gosh, wasn't near him that time, as the young quarterback that time really had to throw that one well before he was ready, I guess, because he got rid of it, and gosh, his man wasn't within 8 yards of the ball. 4th down coming up, 4th and 10. Of course, the Bulldogs, with only 3:49 remaining, will go for it. So UD might get the ball back right here. Here's the quarterback firing one down this way. He got a man out here, incomplete. As a pass coverage there by Sherman. Pass was intended for 21, but Matthew Sherman here making another good defensive play out there with good coverage for UD. And the Trojans take over on the Tri-Valley Bulldog 30-yard line. 1st and 10, UDA. Sherman flanks out on the right side, and Peterson on the left side for UDA. On a 1st and 10. Uh-oh. We have a flag on the play. I think we had too many men in motion that time before the snap, so this one's coming back 5, I'm pretty sure. Illegal procedure. Yep, too many men in motion. And that'll come back 5 and make it a 1st and 15. Matter of fact, they're going to decline the penalty and make it 2nd and 10. All right. Second and 9. They did gain 1 yard on the play. So Tri-Valley elects to go with a 2nd and 9 play. And the handoff this time is to Zielinski, I believe it was. Somebody buried Anthony immediately, pushed him into the grass down there. The way it looks, let's see. Yeah, that was Anthony. Anthony's wondering where all the blocking is. Hey, how comes I can't get any blocking out here? Anyway, he gained a minus 1 yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 10, and UDA is going to call timeout. We have 2 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the ball game. Trojans up by 13, 26-13, and we'll be right back. Okay, 1st and 10 now. UDA on the 30-yard line of the Tri-Valley Bulldogs. Back to pass goes Bobby Pham. Bob's got to tuck it away and run it down the right side over there, and Bob kind of slipped maybe a little bit towards the end of that run. But let's see, he's gained about 8 or so. And it will bring up a 2nd down, or 4th down. A 4th down and 4th down and a long yard for the Trojans. 4th down and a long one. Okay, and a 4th and 1, and I guess they might have picked up another penalty here. The Trojans having a hard time. The offense kind of sputtering here in the 4th period, as they're just not getting it together. Another delay of the game penalty called against the Trojans. And that'll make it 4th down and 6. The ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line. 4th and 6. So let's see now if we can get a good play off here now. 2:47 remaining. That's going to be Rutledge flanking out on the far side of the field this time for the Trojans. Pham's got it. He's going to scramble over here to the left. Looking. Nope. Going to have to tuck it away, and he's going to get all the way down. Look out. Inside the 10. He goes. Well, he stepped out. Oh, wait a minute. He stepped out down here at about the 14. They got a rule here that this fella here says he stepped out of bounds there. So a nice run there by that Bobby Pham, keeping the ball. He went out at the 13. So it'll be first and 10 UD now with 2:39 left as he was stepping out of bounds, stopping the clock. Ball's at about the 13-yard line, maybe the 14. Always gets tough when you get down at that side of the field with the sun angle and all that. Hard to tell. Anyway, here's Pham looking. Got a man out here. It is going to be almost intercepted. Good defensive play out there by 21. Pass intended for Matthew Sherman. But Shadle making a good defensive play there for the Bulldogs. Stopping the clock with 2:35 left. All right. On a second and 10. Again, Pham this time is going to hand it off to Zielinski. He dives ahead, maybe a yard or so, not too much on that. And it'll bring up a third down now. 2 minutes, 22 seconds remaining as the fourth period here really taking a long time to play, it seems. With the incompleted passes and running out of bounds, just seems to be taking long. Finally, we're down to 2:03 remaining. Trojans want to get this first one in the bag. Pham dumps one into the corner. Over there is a good catch for a touchdown by Matthew Sherman. Boy, you could follow that one very nicely here. He threw it right at the right angle for us. You can see Matthew fighting it, looking around, twisting to get under that ball, but Sherman with the reception from about 13, I guess 12, 13 yards out, whatever. Nice pass from Bobby Pham. Just dumped it high, and Matthew was allowed to run underneath it and grab it. It's now a 32. Scoreboard has it all goofed up now. You got the home team ahead. I got to show you this just to show you what I'm saying. They have it 13-6, but that's hardly right. It's more like 32-7 or something like that, or maybe a little more. Anyway, incomplete pass intended out there for Robertson, but it goes an incompletion. It's 32-13. Now they got it set. Had me confused for a second, but I knew we were winning. Okay. All right, 32-13. Looks good. UD started out the last couple of seasons unable to get any offense generated, period. They'd get into 6-0, 7-0 games, whatever, you know. And this year putting on 32 points over here at Tri-Valley bodes well for the season here. And Kinch will tee it up and kick it off here. Again now with just 1:55 left in the ball game. Okay, Ryan's got her set up and ready to go here. Here's the kick. Kind of short and taken over here at the 27-yard line. Runs it out here to the 43-yard line. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. They've got 1 minute, 51 seconds remaining here to do something if they want to get on the board again. And the Trojan defense coming in here now looking very good this afternoon. They're going to try to let the score remain where it is now. First and 10. Time. Got some kind of a problem here. The official back here pointing to somebody not set right or something, because the illegal procedure is the call. So it'll make it a first and 15. Take the ball back to the 39-yard line of the Bulldogs. Clock set in motion, 1.5 minutes left in game one of the Tri-Valley 1995 season, Twin Valley. Here we go. First and 15. Dunmoyer hands this one off to Klinger, and Klinger with a good run all the way out to the midfield stripe. where he'll pick up about 12, 13 yards and be about 3 yards short of the first down. Put the ball right on the big Bulldog footprint out here. There's a couple kids up here looking at the band, at the Tri-Valley band prior to the ball game today, and I said to the kid, what I want to know is how big is the dog that made that footprint? They gave me a look just like you did when you heard me say that. Anyway, here comes Morgan or somebody like that dragging ahead for the first down to the 44-yard line of the Trojans. Nice run that time. All kinds of white jersey people in there. Guys have really played a pretty tough ball game here. Meet Williams Valley next week, and I believe we'll be ready for those Vikings. I'm sure of that. 23 seconds remaining. This could be the last play of the ball game. Dunmoyer hands it off and trying to go up the middle with it is Klinger, and he's not going to go very far as he runs right into the hands of 76 in there. And Rutledge, Kevin Wirtz in there, 76, making a big stop, and that's going to do it. The Trojans have defeated the Tri-Valley Bulldogs here in the season opener with a final score of 32-13. A super effort that time for the Trojans, and a good way to begin the 95 season for a change, picking up a victory here at the home of these tough Tri-Valley Bulldogs. Bulldogs are going to win a bunch of games this year, I'm sure of that. But thank goodness we got by them here this afternoon and pick up the first victory of the season. So we'll be looking forward to these Williams Valley Vikings next week in our home opener, and we'll see you then. Congratulations to Coach Hain, all the coaching staff, and each one of these fellas. They had one darn good ball game here this afternoon. Oh, we'll see you later. Way to go.